What is going on, guys? What you just saw was an animation I did roughly about a year ago, and basically what it does is it makes water come from a singular spot into a sink. Now, I was asked a comment asking me, how did I make the water come out from nowhere? So how did I get to come from a single place and then just increase? So what I'm going to do is show you this today. So I got another example here of the water simply coming out from a single spot, going down. I didn't animate all of it, it stops about here, then just coming down into a single spot. I will also be showing basically how to do water simulations, because I'm going to have to do that anyway first before getting this working. I made it look kind of like water. If I render this quick, just because there is an example there, but it kind of looks like water. Just my very simple effects quick of what it would look like. So let's now get this working. So let's start a new scene. Okay, and let's get the domain. So the way you, I'm going to show you how to do a water simulation in the first place. So I always put a floor in just for shadow effect when you do a render. Okay, make this how big you want. Hopefully you already know how to do simple things like scaling and stuff. Alright, so now go into this panel. So it'll be like this, and you may have to middle mouse here and get to this panel. This is the physics panel, and we're going to enable fluid, and we're going to make it domain. Now this will actually look like this for the domain, but because I've done an animation already, it will play it, but it will look like this. Okay, so when you put the domain in, it will just be a square. So now what I usually do is I'll select this, I'll go to the square, and then I'll go wire, so you can see straight through the cube when you put your materials in, or when you put your inflow in, so where you want the water to come from. So now get your where you want the water to come from. If you want it to come from like a square, put square in. Want it to come from a different shape, put that shape in, and that's the form the water will take before it gets splashed into the scene. I always use circle because circle looks more realistic for water, because you'll have like a tap and it will come out. Alright, now go to physics again, go to fluid, and select inflow. That is the type we're going to use. Right, I'm going to put it on a very low quality, just 45, just to get the animation to go quickly. Alright, so now I'm going to quickly show you what this will do. As you can see, that's the process, and that should be, you get that's enough. Okay, that's very low quality. Let me actually turn it up a little bit to 65 and do that again. Okay, back again. So it's a little bit more obvious what I'm trying to do. Okay, so as you can see, the water is just dripping. It's just dripping off an area, right? But this is because we have no force pushing it down, like how a tap would work. It forces it out the tap. So this is just like if you wanted to do water dripping off a roof, you'd do it like this. But we don't want that. We want it to look like it's coming from a sink, as you saw at the start of the video. So the way you do this is you select your inflow, which is this here, not the water, not the domain, the inflow. Go to here, and this is the z-axis, and we want it to go minus z, so we want it to go down. Okay, so go to z and write minus, I don't know, 0.5. That should be quite strong. Select your domain and bake again. Wait a second to load. Okay, now that's probably enough. Now if I go through, that will come out like a tap. Then you just basically finish this animation, put a sink around it, preferably square, depending on what you want your scene to look like. You can put an object in the scene, and if you want me to show you how to get the water to interact with an object, ask that in the comments and I'll do another video, because I only like doing short videos. I'm not going to show that now. So yep, that's how you do a simple inflow. I hope this was helpful for anyone who wants to do stuff. If you wanted this to look neat, obviously you'd sort of just get a tap looking thing. Whatever, sort of a tap. Delete the inflow, and now that will, and let's make this solid by going back into here and putting that to solid. And if you want it to be smoother, click smooth, and then you might subsurf it or whatever, and then I might have to make that a bit wider, but you get what I'm trying to do, and you just do that, and it'll make it look like it's going through the scene. Alright, I hope this helped. Anyone that was stuck and didn't know how this worked, like I said, I got asked to comment, so I thought I'd do it. This comment was asked like a year ago, so I should have done it sooner. And thank you for watching. Bye bye.